right, y'all. Rickey Smiley, the morning show. Pastor Haynes. Oh, man, I know you got a good word this morning.
Hey, thank you for this, because I've discovered that when you have a disposition of praise, it will brighten up the darkest of your days. I like that right there, because our days have been real dark during COVID-19. We've seen so much that has broken our hearts. Too many of us know intimately what it means to lose a loved one to death during this time. We've been through some dark days during COVID-19, but this song reminds all of us that when you have a disposition of praise, it can brighten up the darkest of your days. Why? Because the song tells us to begin with that we need to have an attitude of gratitude, because you do know it's your attitude that determines your altitude. And when you have an attitude of gratitude where you are thankful for what God has done, you are thankful for the good things that come in your life, you are grateful. And I've discovered something about gratitude. Gratitude will fuel my attitude, so that as a consequence, I move through life and I move through my day looking with a positive outlook, even when life tries to go negative on me. And so it's very important that you have an attitude of gratitude, because an attitude of gratitude will help you to rise as it relates to your altitude in this life. What should we be grateful for? This song says, I'm grateful for all that God has done for me. God has been mighty good. And if you look back in the rear view mirror and look at where God has brought you from, what God has seen you through, what God has protected you from, that's enough to have an attitude of gratitude. So here's what you do. Look in the rear view mirror, and when you think about how far you've come from, when you think about what God has seen you through, you didn't just come through it, God brought you through it. And then finally, when you think about what God protected you from, it's a lot of stuff that could have happened to you. It didn't happen to you because God blessed you by blocking it. So I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to thank God. I'm going to praise God, because a disposition of praise will brighten up the darkest of my days.
That's right, y'all. Senior pastor of the Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church, Pastor Frederick Douglass Haynes. Love you, Pastor Haynes.
Love you, Ricky. Have a great day.
Page coming up next.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Front page brought to you by Protect My Car. With Protect My Car, you can stop paying for car repairs. Get protected before your rent repair bill hits. Dial 800-594-7160 on your mobile phone now. 800-594-7160. Eva Marcille got the front page. What's up there?
Good morning, Rock Teasy. Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday Eve. That's right. Today is Thursday, and I'm here with a quick look at your front page news. Hurricane Zeta made landfall in Louisiana yesterday as a Category 2 storm. Zeta set a new record as the 11th storm to make landfall in the U.S. in one season. Now a tropical storm, Zeta is making its way across the Northeast, so strap up and beware. Meanwhile, yesterday, the stock market had its biggest one-day drop since mid-June. Concerns over the coronavirus and the economy led to a 943-point drop, the fourth straight day of declines for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Meanwhile, Philadelphia police promised to release the 911 tapes and police body camera footage in the shooting death of Walter Wallace Jr. City officials announced yesterday that 9 p.m. curfew will be put into place and the National Guard will be deployed to the city. And President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden will both be in the swing state of Florida today, both of them giving speeches in the same city, Tampa, just hours apart. All right, that's what's happening in news. For more, log on to the RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock teasy, faux cheesy. What is going down in sports?
Well, let me tell you, man, the Dallas Cowboys, they ain't playing around. Owner Jerry Jones, they making a statement. They traded a player away. They released 2 or 3 more other players. One of them they released because he was overweight. Don Terry Poe say, listen, man, you overweight, you ain't performing well, you got to go. It is what it is. You got to make a statement, man. Wide receiver Antonio Brown, who was recently signed by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, had his first workout. Reports say that he's looking pretty good. Of course, he's on the practice squad. We all know that ain't going to last long, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he pop up in the doggone game this week. It is what it is, man. And there's some critics out there that's saying that the Cleveland Browns may be better without Odell Beckham Jr., who was just injured over the weekend. He tore his ACL. He's going to be out for the season. And he got injured in the first quarter, and they actually started playing better after his injury. So that's why these critics are saying this. But shout out to quarterback Baker Mayfield for coming to O.D. Beckham's defense. And listen, come on, man. How can you sit up there and say that our team's going to be better without one of the best wide receivers ever to play the game? Come on, man.
Exactly.
Shut all that stuff down. So I'm glad Baker Mayfield stepped up and defended his teammate. That's where it's supposed to be. That's what I got in sports right about now. Gary, with the T, what you got there, pimpin'?
All right, y'all. We talked about Kim Kardashian's 40th birthday party she had recently. Honey, she had 40 of her wonderful friends flown in on a private jet to a private island. Well, now people say, oh, you did? Baby, they are dragging Miss Kardashian. They say, yes, honey, many people have had little to celebrate this year. They say, especially in the U.S., they said besides the coronavirus, honey, there's wildfires ravaging. They're saying unemployment is at a high rate. They say the economy is at a low. Kids are stuck at home for virtual schooling. College students stuck in lockdowns on campuses. And they said people waiting for hours to cast their votes. But what is Miss Kardashian doing? Having a party. They said, how dare you? They said the tone deafness of celebrities and influencers has been amplified during this pandemic. Whatever possessed Kim Kardashian to make an entire thread about her lavish birthday trip with that, honey. And people, honey, during pandemic, they got people dying and stuff like that. They said people can't even afford, honey. It's beyond them. How could she do it?
But you know what? On the flip side of that, I look at it like, you know, the way 2020 been going, why not just go all out? Because you don't even know if this might be your last time to do all that.
And that's true, too, Special K, but
I've been doing the most this year.
It's one of those things, though, Gary. We have been in a pandemic for, 7 months and change now?
Yeah.
Her husband has been going through a battle, obviously, of mental health. It's been all over the news. She has the money to do it. It is her birthday. Life is fleeting. We just lost Kobe Bryant. We just lost Andre Harrell. So if you got the money, you got the time, why not?
Well, I'm just glad ain't nobody on this show went on no lavish trip or did nothing special. They could be
did some lavish things this year.
So I'm just glad, honey, because
I've been filling up my tank with premium gas for the last 3 months.
Go ahead now.
Well, that's all right, Jesus. Well, look at Jesus.
I don't even care no more.
But it take regular.
Okay,
I know.
Nah, my
that
Lord,
84 Honda been running good too, boy.
All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is muted blue. On the high end, you say muted blue. On the low end, you say beautiful cloud. That's your color for the day. Brad, what's up next in the hot spot?
Coming up next in the hot spot, Gary, Omarosa Newman telling us some stuff about Donald Trump and his wife, Melania Trump. Woo! We'll tell y'all about it up next in the hot spot. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot
and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
It sure is 29 minutes before the top of the hour. The Brat got the hot spot. It's all yours, pimpin'.
What up, Rock T? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. Well, y'all, Omarosa Newman, 46, has been out of the White House for nearly 3 years after reportedly being fired for abusing car service privileges. However, since her departure, Omarosa has continued to spew claims out about Donald Trump. Her most recent one, though, is geared at the president's wife, Melania Trump. She said it is very strange, their marriage, and I'm very cautious to comment on the dynamics of people's marriage. What I've observed over the last 17 years, sometimes they like each other, and other times she's repulsed by him. As we saw in the debate last Thursday, he went to go touch her hand and she smacked it away. And this is funny because the topic of conversation outside of the final presidential debate itself was that Melania Trump seemingly refused to hold her dear old orange hubby's hand. All right, y'all, moving on. Wayne Brady. Okay, Wayne Brady is just not a fan of social media right now. The actor called out social media after he caught older men sliding in his 17 17-year-old daughter Molly's DMs. He said if dads love their little girls, the next thing is don't mess with the mama. These grown men see her dancing and whatnot, and they just slid in her DMs. He continued and said his ex-wife Molly's mother, Mandy, went as far as pretending to be the teenager to catch the grown men in the act. And he said some men were like, I just broke up with my girlfriend and I just saw her. He said that doesn't mean anything. You can tell that to your cellmate when we put you in jail. Then you can talk about your post-breakup relationships. He said it should not be that easy for grown men to communicate with underage girls under no consequences. He said this is something that I'm very passionate about, and I'm going to start working on the initiative. I think social media, Instagram, Facebook, I love y'all, but you need to be on it as parents. Come on, Wayne Brady.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all,
That's
that's going to wrap
right.
up the hot spot right there. Coming up next, we got Special K with the news that you absolutely positively cannot use. And then in the meantime, in between time, why don't y'all hit us up for them wake-up calls at 1-866-9-RICKY. That's 1-866-9-RICKEY. The time now is 27 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
You liar! I believe him, yo. I don't know why, but I do.
13 minutes before the top of the hour, Special K has news you absolutely, positively cannot use. Give it up for Special Kizay.
Yeah, how can I help you? Y'all need something with me? I just heard my name being called.
What's up, Mike?
Kazay.
What y'all want?
Talk to us.
Oh, we on the air? Oh, my bad.
We want some news that we absolutely can't use, so we know you got it.
Yeah, it may or may not be true. Well, let's start it off with a sponsor. Haven't had that in a while. Riddle of the day. The question, what does Gary with the T have in common with presidential candidate Joe Biden?
What is that?
They're both enjoying sitting on top of the polls right now.
You leave Gary alone. Gary, don't let him do that to you.
Thank God. Thank God for that. You're saying what I'm thinking.
Whatever.
Move on. Well, we got a few news stories here. A one-legged man in Charlotte, North Carolina was arrested yesterday after a brazen robbery at a local mall. Apparently, he had stolen 4 left-footed size 10 display shoes from Foot Locker. Police apprehended the man actually wearing the Nike Air Max display shoe while he was sitting down to eat at a nearby IHOP restaurant, ironically. 21-year-old...
I see what you did there, dog.
I did that. You see what I did there. 21-year-old Siamese twins, I'm not sure what city this was in, but they were apparently born joined at the shoulder and were surgically separated last year. Well, it looks like they've been sewed back together again because they realized how much money they were saving buying shirts and sweaters. So, it worked out. Hey man, every curse ain't a blessing. Every blessing ain't a curse. In other medical news, a 6'2" woman in Baltimore.
Go ahead, man.
I'm just reporting the news. A 6'2" woman in Baltimore had surgery to move her breasts down 7 inches on each side to help accommodate intimate activities with her husband, who's only 5'5" with really short arms. So, okay. Makes sense. Let's see, Rock. 9 people in Phoenix, Arizona died last Saturday when 2 funeral processions crashed into each other.
Oh, man.
Now, the casualty list does not include the 2 people who are already dead.
Wait a minute. Huh? Hold on, wait. It's taking a second.
A 26-year-old Eva. How about this one? A 26-year-old man in Miami was arrested and charged with assault after he jumped on a blind stripper that he had paid over $200 to, and she kept dancing in the wrong dude's lap. She was blind. She should have had braille on his leg.
Yeah, man. Can't be just wasting that
let's
money.
see, finally, in downtown Cleveland yesterday, a city bus driver is being credited with saving the lives of his passengers after a multiple-car collision. The driver, identified as Jack Daniels, was hit by a speeding van driven by a young Hispanic man identified as Don Julio. Police Lieutenant Bud Light reported to a local news reporter, Johnny Walker, that it looks like alcohol was definitely a factor in the accident.
Involved.
It was definitely involved. And, let's see, Dave, do I got time for one more? Looks like actress Lupita Nyong'o and comedian Michael Blackson are reportedly having a baby, and doctors are saying this may be the first time in recorded history that a couple gives birth to a shadow. All right, so, yeah, if you enjoyed the news, please.
No, dog.
I can't do that one.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
That's Special K.
Yeah,
Special K 913.
Yeah, Special K 913 on Twitter. Hit me up if you feel some kind of way.
All right, man.
Do your disclaimer.
Absolutely.
That's a yo
That was
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T.
It's Gary, baby.
Gary, you about to pour the tea, man. Talk to us.
Good morning, Rock T. Good morning, America. Good morning to you, y'all. It's Thursday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Wherever there's a little smoke, there's some fire. And I already told y'all, honey, that this was going to happen. Well, now they're talking about it, honey. It's being reported, y'all, that Tiffany Haddish and Carmen may no longer be a couple. Now, it's being reported, they're saying, y'all, that Tiffany has continued to follow Carmen on social media, on IG, but he is no longer following her, y'all. Now, they're saying that Tiffany, honey, she's away doing a movie, y'all, in Central Europe. They're saying she's filming a new movie. But, you know, a lot of people saying Carmen may have liked her, but you didn't see Carmen all over her, swooning all over her and being all in the public with her like he was with some of his previous relationships, like Miss Erykah Badu or Miss Serena Williams. Honey. Now, you know, they're also saying, y'all, that Carmen may have been a little upset after Tiffany released this little letter, I guess, to her ex-boyfriend. She said, this is for most of my exes. Bits and pieces are for different ones. And, you know, she wrote on the Instagram, so she said, I'm sick of my ex-F-boys. And, yes, she said, you still an F-boy, honey. Even if, honey, we was in a relationship, because, honey, you still trying to F with when you come over. She said, boy, stop reaching out to me trying to be my friend. I don't want to be your friend. Plus a whole woman, honey. And baby, honey, on the way, honey, and been with you for years, and you just want to windfall of money. And she went on and on to the break of dawn, y'all. And I don't think Carmen like that, not one bit. And it may be over, y'all. So we just need to keep them lifted up in our prayers, y'all. I mean, it's a sad thing. Carmen is a nice guy, and Tiffany's a nice woman. But like we talked about it once before on the show, too, Tiffany she probably talked too much. She probably saying joke spirit all the time. And Carmen don't want to hear that.
She said she tries her jokes out on him.
Yeah, she said she tried him out, and he said he's honest with her.
So annoying.
What'd you say, Special K?
So annoying.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
like you annoying. Don't do that.
Oh.
Well, the thing is that all relationships
Chicks
don't
that
work
act
out.
like that, that's annoying.
Well, that's your
They act
opinion.
like
Some
what?
dudes might like that. They act like what? Yeah.
Well,
No,
I don't know.
It's just.
Well, somebody ain't
Tell
like it
no
because it's
jokes.
alleged that they not following each other. Man, y'all gotta remember, Carmen went through a lot, honey, as a child, honey. He went through a lot of
And
things.
you don't know what Tiffany went through. Don't do that.
Well, she went through a lot too. I mean, yeah, but I mean, I'm not defending either one of them, but I just know one thing: I knew it wasn't gonna work because I could just you could look at
called
today.
it,
Not
Gary.
couple.
Gary, you jinx every relationship. Though if it don't work, you always be like, I told y'all I wasn't gonna work.
But you know what though, Brad? Because honey, I could see into the future, honey. That's my
'cause
psychic power.
some things you jinx, people are still together. Jada and
Man,
Will
just
still
go
together.
in that kitchen, cook some spaghetti with a t-shirt and some underwear on, and that's all you
See,
need
that's
to
the
do.
problem right there.
Gary is
That's what you need
clairvoyant.
to do.
He knows the future.
Thank you, Eva. All right, moving on. Yes, Eva.
Hey, Gary, have you ever said there's one couple that would make it? Have you ever
Well,
seen
guess what? I wish I would like to say it's one couple that made it. I'm going to tell you what the other couple that didn't make it. Monique Slaughter, baby. This girl, honey, is speaking. Like, y'all know
You
Monique?
ain't never talked about
Yes,
her.
yes,
From
yes.
there, that's why I'm talking about it now, honey, because she from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. She said she opened up in an Instagram interview. She said, honey, guess what? Yes, I dated professional NBA player Shaquille O'Neal. She said back in 2011, honey, she
Why
said
do
she and Shaquille,
people
honey.
do this,
she said,
Lord?
She said, honey, he's been a good player. She said, honey, she claims that after she caught wind of his infidelities, though, she said, honey, she confronted him about it. And she said he felt as though, honey, he did not need to explain. But this is what she said. She said, quote, he broke it off with me because, honey, I was asking too many questions. She said, quote, he doesn't want to be questioned. He doesn't like to be questioned or cornered. She said, honey, and I am the type where I'm like, honey, I don't give a F who you are. If I'm concerned, honey, she said, I'm going to voice this concern and you're going to answer it. She said, the customers are always right. She said, you've been over here driving off yick, honey. She said, so that makes me the customer. She said, and I'm the receiving party and I'm always right.
Man,
Now,
please.
yes, and it's true. I mean, yeah, I mean,
That's why she get her walking papers.
And why?
Can't
and
question
why?
no man
I
worth
don't
300
know.
million.
Why even talk about it? Like
What? You can't
That's
question no man
my
that's
thing,
worth
Brad.
300 million.
Why
That's
talk
right.
of all,
I ain't
don't matter how
answering
much
no
money you
questions.
got.
I'm worth 300 million. You ain't asking me nothing.
Well, you ain't been come over here, damn it, and use and abuse my body and think you could just walk away and leave. No, I need to know who you've been screwing before you came here.
Use and abuse my body, Lord.
That's right.
know,
So
gee
she wasn't getting.
Louise.
So she
It
wasn't
wasn't
getting nothing out of it, huh?
That's right.
Well, she didn't say she got any
consensual.
she didn't say she got any
The problem
consolation prizes or
is
not.
that she's talking. The problem is that she's talking because people don't understand. I don't know what it is, if it's just the younger generation, but what happens behind closed doors, stay behind closed doors. That's not information for everybody to know.
Preach.
Right.
But that's why it's called social media, honey. You need to socialize and let people know.
You don't have.
So,
You let people know what
That's
you
why it's
want
called
them to
private
know.
relationships.
You don't have to blast somebody else like that. He ain't going around talking about her.
She put it on social media because
and she by herself too, ain't she?
No, she ain't by herself. She had a baby for Lil Fizz, so she got a baby. So it ain't like
I said, she by herself.
She ain't got a problem with getting a man and stuff. But honey, I understand, honey, what you're saying, Eva, about she talking, but still, honey, she needs to let people know just in case something happens.
She does not need to let people know. She needs to just go ahead and raise her baby and live her life and enjoy whoever else she's dating. Who's talking about who they dated back when? No one cares.
Well, y'all sound like haters. But anyway, the color today, honey, is one of my colors. The color today, y'all,
the queen of the haters.
On the high end, you say beauty blue, and on the low, just say cloud, honey. That's your color for today, honey. That sound like hating. Go ahead.
There it is, man. Let's go.
Wesley Finney. I'll just give my wife Victoria Finney a good morning and telling her to wake that up.
Good morning, Mrs. Babylon, a.k.a. Bitchy Boy. I would like to wake up my little sister, Demetria Scott, in Chucktown, South Carolina. Crack your back. Wake up, little mama.
I want to wake up my mama and my grandma and all the Tennessee Titans fans. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
This is Toby Allen in Orlando telling Fort Myers to wake up, wake up, wake up.
Good morning, man. This is Mo, man. I'm calling from Savannah, Georgia. I'm sitting in front of the track trying to wake up Black Tony. I hear him in there arguing with Pancake and Mike. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Tuned in, lock in. What's yours? Cause we gon' let them know. Well, Richmond, wake up. Come on. And Little Rock, wake up. Hey, Tulsa, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, Flint, wake up. And Toledo, wake up. Des Moines, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
There it is, bringing it tat, man. Hey, it's 24 minutes after the top of the hour.
All right, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up and show your love for the one and only Pastor Fred.
Oh, God bless you this morning, saints and ain'ts. Hey, God bless you. It's always a pleasure to have those visitors with us this morning. And we want to pay special homage to our visitor this morning. Come on, put your hands together for Miss Cheney. She's with us.
Yes.
Miss Cheney's with us this morning. We are planning to have food on the grounds. Social distancing. And we had that Miss Cheney can cook some mean ribs.
Yes, she can.
We had that Miss Cheney can get down on some ribs. So we're asking that all the members, if you have any stimulus left, could you stop by Miss Cheney and drop off a little stimulus check so she can go get some ribs so we can have social distancing. Food on the ground. Miss Cheney, we love you. We appreciate you for helping us to grow a little bit. That's what we pray.
Come on now.
We pray, Lord, bless us for the nourishment and the growth. Oh, my God, my body's growing. The growth of these bodies. Thank you, Miss Cheney.
Thank you.
Keep cooking them ribs. Thank you, Miss Cheney. Keep serving the people.
Oh, yeah.
Pass the ribs. You can follow me at the real Pastor Fred. Love you, Miss Cheney.
Pastor Fred, church in 60 seconds. 11 minutes before the top of the hour, John Lyon, chicken and waffle mix on fire. Pennsylvania. As always, what up there, John?
I'm good, man. Yo, there's bright number players on Thursday, man. Of course, yo, make sure you like me on the Instagram at JAH Lion Zone.
JAH Lion Zone. Appreciate that, John. From one person that puts his time in at work to another one who don't, Black Tony. What up, Mike?
Boy, I'm so traumatized this morning, boy. It been a tragedy over here, boy. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. It been a tragedy over here.
A tragedy.
Yeah, it happened in the morning.
What happened?
Y'all ain't gonna believe it. Hey, shout out, y'all need to call CNN, all them folks, NBC, and CNN. Y'all need to call all them. It been a tragedy over here in the trap, son.
What happened, Tony?
I'm not even gonna lie, son. I'm traumatized right now. I got to get ready to come to work this morning. So my battery was dead on the car, so, and the wind was blowing so hard. So me and Pancake went out there. We went out there to jump my car because, you know, my battery was dead. So I let the hood up. So then the wind jumped up. So the Pancake got blown.
Pancake, what happened to Pancake?
You know, Pancake skinny, so.
The
wind caught her.
Wind blew him away?
I just the last thing he was saying, "Cuz, don't let it get." And then the wind picked up again, so I jumped in. I had the hood up on the car, shouted, and I had the battery cable hooked up, and the wind snatched the battery out the car, shouted. The battery was going down the street. It was like an empty bag of potato chips. It was just blowing down the street. I ain't never seen nothing like it. The only thing saved me, I wrapped the fan belt around my ankle, and it kept me attached to the engine. I'm traumatized. I need to talk to a counselor.
So the wind yanked the whole battery out the car.
Started blow down the street like an empty Pringle can. So I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Tony, don't worry about it.
So you can't Uber?
Say what?
You can't you Uber to work?
Sonny, why you always trying to come up with a damn solution?
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Woman. Gary with the T. What you got there, pimpin'?
Good morning, Rock T. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Thursday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. You remember recently, y'all, rumors surfaced that singer Mark Anthony, the ex-husband of Jennifer Lopez, and basketball wife star Miss Evelyn Lozado, y'all, they said they were dating. Well, honey, it's coming out, y'all, that Mark is denying it. He said it is not true. Now, Us Weekly, y'all, recently reached out to Mark Anthony's team, y'all, who shut those rumors down. They're saying, according to the rep, they were saying Mark Anthony, listen to this, y'all, he simply offered Evelyn Lozado and her family to stay in his beautiful mansion while he was away. Now, they're saying, y'all, that the rumors started when Evelyn posted pictures of herself at the mansion during her stay. Then the followers quickly made the connection, but romance was not on the cards. And isn't that amazing? Y'all got to watch when y'all putting pictures up at people's houses and stuff like that, because people are watching it and they can compare the two and tell if you've been in somebody else's house or not. Isn't that a mess?
It's nosy is what it is.
Yeah. Jesus.
I mean, people don't have nothing else to do, honey. So that's when they were saying that they and I knew doggone well Mark Anthony wouldn't date Evelyn Lozado, because I know Miss Lopez was not about to. I know Miss Lopez was not about to have that, honey. If he's dipping,
Miss Lopez is with A-Rod.
Yeah, she with A-Rod, though, but honey, she not with no black man no more. She was when she was with Diddy, but now she's with a man of her.
What?
You know how long ago that was?
Any of that
It don't matter how long ago it was, honey. Diddy just recently sent Jennifer Lopez a good morning message. So that don't mean
not
nothing.
Good morning. Oh my gosh, Gary.
So, honey, I know Miss Lozado was definitely not in the house, but it would have been nicer if she and Mark Anthony would have been together. I mean,
I thought that would have been cute too, you know.
They would be very cute together.
If he denied
Evelyn's
it,
beautiful.
Yeah, she's pretty, but honey, you know how they say though, honey. You know these men don't like to claim y'all in the daytime. So, but nevertheless,
you didn't, Gary.
Who said that?
I ain't never had a problem getting claimed.
Now,
I know that's right,
claim,
Brad.
Honey, Jennifer all day, but honey,
Tell him, Brad.
Mark Anthony ain't gonna claim Evelyn. Not in the daytime. But anyway, child, honey, so we're glad, honey.
Who claiming you, Gary? Who claiming you?
Jesus.
Oh,
he's my savior, honey.
Touch the
He's
hem of
my
his
all
garment,
in
then.
all, honey. Yes, he is.
Read my Bible right now. See, he makes it nowhere in there.
Yes, honey.
Gary is in the book of Deuteronomy.
Not Deuteronomy.
Moving on, child. Another celebrity news, y'all. Lamar Odom baby mama, y'all, Miss Liza Miranda, she is joining the cast, y'all, of Basketball Wives. Now they're saying Liza, she's one of the baby mamas of Lamar Odom, and she's been added to the season 9 of Basketball Wives, y'all. Now they're saying, according to the sources, production of the VH1 series starting up again. They're saying the entire cast, y'all, will be returning, including Shawnee O'Neal, Evelyn Lozada, Jackie Christie, Kristen Scott, Malaysia Pargo, and Miss Jennifer Williams, y'all. Now they're saying, honey, that the Blast reports to OG, honey, will also be filming. Despite, honey, she's facing a lawsuit from Evelyn, honey. So we're gonna see how that turn out. But a lot of people saying that Miss Liza was being real ugly with Lamar's new woman, honey, Miss Parr, honey. And I'm like, they need to be nice, honey, and get along, because she said that Lamar wasn't paying child support or wasn't paying the baby college fund, and Lamar said he is paying for his son's college fund. So I don't know, honey, what Miss Liza's saying or not, but we're gonna find out. But good luck to them and congratulations, because everybody needs a job. And Liza needs a job as well, honey. Evelyn need a place to stay.
Oh, no, Liza need a job, Gary. Come on now.
Guess what? She took that one. The color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today is muted blue, Eva. On the high end, you say muted blue, and on the low end, just say beautiful cloud. That's your color for today.
Appreciate that, Gary. Y'all give it up for Gary with the G.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news. It's what's trending now.
14 minutes after the top of the hour, what's trending brought to you by Capital One Venture Card. With Venture, you earn unlimited double miles you can actually use, not just on air travel. What's in your wallet? All right, you guys, man, with the election just 5 days away, many of us are experiencing some anxiety about the uncertain state of the nation. Reports show that dealing with the pandemic and racial division within the United States has more and more black people arming themselves with guns. Even people who had considered themselves anti-gun are buying weapons for the first time. So we want to hear from you guys. Have you changed your stance on gun ownership in 2020 and thinking about purchasing a gun for the first time? Or are you a gun owner who plans to purchase more? Call us right now, 866-9-RICKY, to let us know. What y'all think?
Well, I'm going to jump in first. As a
hop on in
person with a past, convicted, felony, thing like that, I'm gonna plead the fifth on what I'm working with within my domicile. But
that makes sense. I
will say this: I got several friends that have arsenals. I'm talking arsenals of weaponry. So yeah,
absolutely.
I think people are really taking this thing seriously.
Well, unlike Special K, I do not have a felonious past. So, yes, I do have guns, pistols. My brother's a gun sergeant, or was a gun sergeant in the Marines, so he definitely believes in safe carry. And my another one of my brothers who lives in South Central, who does not believe in guns at all, in the last year has purchased 3 guns to protect his family. So I'm definitely seeing a shift in the mentality of purchasing guns now than, 20, 30 years ago.
Well, kind of like Special K, I do have a felonious past as well myself, so I can't say that I own any guns or weapons, but I am a shooter. I have been to the gun range, and I do not
know that's right.
Come on now.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, don't miss that mark.
Don't miss the mark.
I ain't saying what's here. I ain't saying what ain't.
Well, I'm going to say this.
If somebody got one laying around and I need to protect myself, then I know how to use it.
Me and Crystal heading to we going to the gun range next week. It's already on the books. I will tell you that.
That's sad, but it's true.
Absolutely.
The smartest thing, though, one thing I've noticed really quick before we go to callers, it's about being responsible. So, Ricky takes his daughters and his kids to the shooting range, so you know how to properly work a gun, what gun works for you, how to clean it, what happens if it jams. Safety, all of that stuff. So owning a gun is not just it, but knowing how to use a gun in an emergency is what we need to gear up as black folks.
So the question is, are you thinking about purchasing a gun for the first time? Are you a gun owner who plans to purchase more? Or maybe you're strongly against guns, period. Call us right now, 866-9-RICKY, and let's talk. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news. It's what's trending now.
So the what's trending question that we running around is, are you thinking about purchasing a gun for the first time? Are you a gun owner who plans to purchase more? Or maybe you're one of the people that are strongly against guns, period. Gary, what's your thoughts?
Oh, Lord, now my thing is, I have a gun. My dad, he collects guns, and when he died, my mama separated all the guns to all of my brothers and what have you. But I don't really particularly care for a gun to be around me because, like I was saying earlier, my thing is this: I am clinically diagnosed bipolar, so I know who I am and how I am, and I know sometimes I get depressed, and if you get depressed sometimes, and the thought can run in your little head sometimes, and I just don't like that gun around me. But now, if I had to protect myself, yeah. But for the most part, if it's just being in my face all the time, no, I don't.
That's so responsible, though. Knowing yourself.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm not one of those people that feels a need to walk around strapped up. And I also never ever want to find myself in a situation where it's necessary. But I ain't. I'm not averse to doing it, if doing what I got to do. Let's put it that way.
Right. We want to hear from you guys. Call us 866-9-RICKEY. Going to the phone lines. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Good morning.
Yeah, my thoughts on gun ownership. I think everybody needs to have one, especially in this racially motivated nation right now. I'd rather be caught with one without one than without one. When you deal with the police, it seems like these days it doesn't matter if you have one or not. They're still going to shoot you. So
I have bought one, and I think that every nonviolent black adult needs to own one just to protect ourselves. We don't know what to expect.
I do feel like people need to purchase gun. I have purchased one myself because, yes, I am afraid for my life at times. I live in Virginia. So, yes, I agree. Everybody needs a gun, especially women.
Being a young black gay woman in Louisiana, South Louisiana, I've known many people who've gotten guns within the last 3 months. My mother, who has always been someone who doesn't get guns, she has gotten her license and is now on 4 of them.
First, I couldn't have weapons, but now I can, being that I got my right back to possess one, and I am clearly utilizing that privilege here in Virginia.
I've always been for the Second Amendment, but I've never owned a gun. However, this year I've already applied for my gun permit, and I'm just waiting to do my fingerprint testing.
So I could say this year I have definitely changed my mind on gun ownership because just all the craziness that's going on in this world, and I just really don't want to be caught in a position where I cannot defend myself.
Y'all know, man, in the first 6 months of this year alone, more than 10 million firearm transactions were processed by the United States retailers. That's a record. More than 10 million firearm transactions processed.
But you know what else, Rob?
What's that?
All those guns. I think the statistic is it's only like a very single-digit percentage of the people in the country that own all those guns.
Really?
So most people own multiples of. I told you I got a couple of friends that have a literal arsenal of weaponry in their house.
Yeah, because it gets addictive. When you start buying one, you want different ones to do different things, and you start learning about them. It's just like
But the crazy thing is research still shows that black people are less likely to own guns than white people.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case no more.
Yeah. But one of my fears is it'll be my luck to use the damn gun, and I'm the one to go to jail protecting myself. That's
one of the things to be scared of.
But my thing is, if you got to pull it out and use it, going to jail, that's the last consideration I'm thinking about is the legal ramification.
Yeah,
if I'm
but
in a
the thing is
situation where I
that
feel like I
nowadays,
gotta
if you
save
have
my
it
life,
with you and it's in your car, even if you're licensed, when you gonna tell them you got it, or when you gonna it's almost like you can't. They just gonna have to find it. Then when they find it, are they gonna be rude to you? They gonna throw you in the car in the restroom?
Well, it depends on what happens in the meantime. Look at what happened to Rick's daughter. Rick's daughter was literally in a car and just shots were being fired. You don't know where they were coming from. So it's one of those things where you might want to be ready when you need to be ready.
The scary thing is what I hope doesn't start happening around the world is you have citizens and police officers going at it in gunfights.
Aren't they doing that now?
I mean,
I don't think that's really going to be a reality, though. Honestly, I think there's some cops that have that mentality. I don't think it's a majority.
There it is, you guys. So you can go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com to continue the conversation on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Jeff Johnson with 3 things you need to know. Welcome to the show, Jeff.
Man, Rock, what's up, brother? Hey, everybody. Hope y'all are doing good this morning. Man,
Brock, I'm super interested in your thoughts around this. As we come closer and closer to the formal election day, there's a couple things at play here that I want to make sure that we talk about, and in this order. One, Philadelphia. And so we know that there has been protesting, there has been rebellion, and there has been looting. And we can delineate those because some people come to do certain things and some people come to do others. But I want to put some stuff in context for those of us that don't have it yet in context. Because as much as I want certain people to win and certain people to lose in this election, too many people on both sides of the aisle keep getting this part wrong. And how can you focus on looting when looting is a byproduct of a larger issue? And so James Baldwin had a conversation with Esquire magazine in 1968, y'all. And somebody asked him, how would you define somebody who smashes in the windows of a television store and takes what he wants? And Baldwin said, before I get into that, how would you define somebody who puts a cat where he is and takes all the money out of the ghetto where he makes it? Who's looting whom? Grabbing off the TV set. He doesn't really want the TV set. He's saying, screw you. It's just judgment, by the way, on the value of the TV set. He doesn't want it. He wants to let you know he's there. The question I'm trying to raise is a very serious question. The mass media television and all the major news agencies endlessly use the word looter. On television, you always see black hands reaching in, you know? And so the American public concludes that these savages are trying to steal everything from us, and no one has seriously tried to get to where the trouble is. After all, you're accusing a captive population who has been robbed of everything of looting. I think it's obscene. Now, let me give you another quote, Rock, because, I want to put this all in context. There was somebody who said, those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. JFK said that.
That's deep. Can you say repeat that, man?
Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. We have peacefully marched. We have peacefully protested. We have peacefully voted. We've had candlelight vigils. We've had prayer sessions. But police keep shooting. We've had sit-ins. We've had pray-ins. We have spend-ins. We have whatever ends. And they keep shooting us in the street. We have training. We have body cams. We have policy. But they keep shooting us in the street. And so what the hell do you expect to happen in a city like Philadelphia, or any other city for that matter, that has done peaceful protest, but you've made peaceful revolution impossible when after every peaceful activity, you still fail to hold accountable those who are the problem, the policy that is the problem. You deny that systemic racism exists. You put in policy that makes it almost impossible to address it at all, and you wonder why there are tenets of violent revolution, because you keep making peaceful revolution impossible. So I don't care where you are on this issue. The reality is that. And so listen to Baldwin and listen to JFK. These are messages from the 60s that ring true in 2020. And so before I get out of here, you all, Eric Holder tweeted this week or posted this week, it's too late to use the mail. Given Supreme Court rulings, I urge everyone to now vote in person. Early vote or use drop boxes. Protect your health, but don't let the court and the deliberately crippled postal service deprive you of your most precious civil right. Plan your vote. And what he is saying, you all, I don't disagree with. If you are in a state right now that you can early vote, go to the poll and early vote. Wear your mask, wear some gloves, wear a shield, social distance, whatever it is you need to do, make a plan and get to early voting. If you filled out a ballot already, go to the polling station and drop the ballot off in the approved, certified, signified, saved, and filled with the Holy Ghost drop boxes.
For real.
And make sure that your ballot goes into those boxes because it will be counted at the same time as those will be counted who voted in person. Listen, you all, I'm praying for everybody in Philly. I'm praying for the activists that are in the street. I'm praying for the youngins that don't know what the hell is going on. They just pissed off and don't know another way to show it. I'm praying for the senior statesmen and women that are trying to make things better there. But for those of you that don't understand oppression and systemic racism, stop judging those that are using what they feel is at their disposal because they feel impotent attempting to use anything else. Those are three things I got for you, y'all. Hit me at Jeff's Nation if you agree with me or you disagree with me. I'd love to hear what you have to say. You all be safe as you get out there. Vote, 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 vote today. Peace, y'all. Love you.
Jeff, appreciate you, my man. Man, you do more damage if you do not vote. That's Jeff Johnson right there. 3 things you need to know. It's on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Eva's Corner on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's Eva's Corner. Yes, indeed. 1 minute after the top of the hour. Eva for Sheba, the Don Diva. What you got?
Baby, I got something for you today. Now, let me just preface this corner by saying, I know this pandemic has been HE double hockey sticks for everyone. Teachers, parents, everybody involved. But Rock, I came across a text message thread between a parent and a teacher. And I just want to know who's wrong, who is right and who's wrong. I'm going to read it to you guys and I definitely need your opinion. So it starts out with the mother talking to the teacher and saying, Mrs. Jackson, please let me start off by saying that I am disgusted at the school system. Working parents should not have to be teachers. That's why you get paid. I get home and see my child is failing. This is ridiculous. It is your job to make sure they understand. How the hell is she failing every course except for math and science? Please explain before I go higher up the chain. So then the teacher responds. Good afternoon, ma'am. I am so sorry that you are unsatisfied with the school system. This is a very difficult time for all of us. Now, as you stated, I am your child's teacher. Much like I don't have the ability to physically drive your child to school, I do not have the ability to wake your child up in the morning to put them on the computer. My role, as you stated, is a teacher, to teach. Your role is to have your child ready to learn in a safe, quiet environment with supplies. On multiple occasions, I have called you, dojo'd, and dojo is like this app thing that the teachers and parents can kind of use. So she says that I have dojo'd you on multiple times, messaged you, text, and even come to your home because we have not seen or been able to contact you. We have not even laid eyes on your child for orientation. I do understand your frustration. Please understand mine. Your daughter has not turned in an assignment since August. She also has not attended one meeting. She received a 65 in math and science off a principal in the grace of God. I do believe that she has the ability to do better than that. Now, her reading and social studies grades, I cannot speak for because that is a different teacher. So this is the mother's response. Okay, well, for future reference, I would appreciate it if you did not contact my husband on Class Dojo. This is inappropriate and uncalled for. I handle her schoolwork, and the two of you should never have private conversations. So the teacher claps back and says, your husband was contacted because his information was given to me. No conversation has ever been inappropriate. On 8 different occasions, I have attempted to reach you. You gave me his information in the event that I could not reach you. However, if you would like his information removed, please contact the office to remove it, and I will also make a note for my future reference. Mom replies, I just don't want you contacting him. I am not comfortable with that at all, and I will let him know as well. Now, if my child is not on the computer, it is my expectation that you call me and let me know daily. I do not have time to keep up with her and all of this work. Again, I am not her teacher. You are. So if you are going...
You could have stopped this 5 minutes ago, man.
Yeah. As a parent of many that have all gone through school... Let me just say, if your child is failing everything, you have failed as a parent. Let's start with that.
So whose fault is it? Is it the teacher? Because the teacher is
the parent.
To me,
no, it ain't the doggone teacher fault. The teacher.
What if the parent works 2 jobs and doesn't have the ability?
It's the parent.
Hey, that parent better make some arrangements for their kid to get in front of that doggone computer.
If your child failed in everything, you have failed as a parent.
Well, the correspondence goes back and forth, and it ends with the teacher saying, "Ma'am, have a good night. The principal will follow up with you in the morning."
Absolutely.
Because it's super difficult right now. You have phasing in of schooling. A lot of kids who are in public school, like my daughter is, they're doing like phase 1, 2, and 3. So you go to school certain days, and then the weather's bad. So now you got to be at home, and you're trying to do your work. So it is difficult. But parents, we have to be a lot more sensitive to what the teachers are going through. Though this is a difficult time for us, it is a difficult time for them also. A lot have been laid off, and they have to figure out how to manage and monitor all of these children. So
that's the key. They ain't responsible for just your one child.
Thank you.
That's
that
your
one teacher
responsibility.
said, "I have 54 students, ma'am. I cannot come to your house to help your one child."
Yeah, that's part of it, man. I mean, listen, if you're doing virtual learning with your child, part of that virtual learning is, as a parent, to make sure that your child is doing everything that they're supposed to be doing, all their assignments, their homework. And if you got multiple jobs and you're never home, then you got to try to find other situations.
But that
Maybe
can
you
be
should
difficult,
be a parent
Rock,
if
because
you're that busy.
But see, no, don't do that. Because as parents, the system that we had was, we have jobs. So we get up in the morning, we prepare our children, and we send them to school, be it public, private, whatever. And then we go and do our work. Now we are the teacher, we're the principal, we're the homeroom, we're the lunch lady, we're the checker, we're the class attendant, and we still have to work and clean the house and take care of the other kids. So we need some help.
If your child failing everything, I'm sticking to my guns. You are a bad parent. There's such a thing as bad parents.
And see, here's the deal.
Every parent ain't good.
The teacher has given that parent many opportunities.
Yes.
Exactly.
To turn in late work, to retake assignments, to retake quizzes, tests, whatever, reaching out to both parents. Now you're saying don't call dad. Well, if the doggone teacher can't contact you because you ain't responding, then I got to call the other parent.
You a bad parent. Let them kids go stay with their auntie or somebody who can do better.
Tell it, Rob.
Because you a failure.
When the mom went to don't contact my husband, I knew it was all bad. So I just want to say, on behalf of the parents out here that are saying, teachers, we are sorry that you are going through what you are going through. We are trying our hardest. And for the parents that are a little unreasonable, we apologize for them too.
There it is, man. Eva's Corner.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It is indeed 26 minutes after the top of the hour. Eva Marcille got the front page. What's happening?
What's up, Rock T? What's up, everybody? I'm your girl, Eva Marcille, here with a quick look at your front page news. Hurricane Zeta hit Louisiana as a Category 2 storm yesterday, leaving millions of people on the Gulf Coast without power and causing at least 2 reported deaths. About 38 million people are under tropical storm warning as the storm makes its way across.
And it swept Eva away.
Yep, there go that storm right there, Jack. Eva, you back? She gone.
And she on your internet.
There it is. Well, let's roll on, man. We're gonna pick it up with sports. Roll on. The Dallas Cowboys, they making a statement, man. They done traded a player away. They done released 2 or 3 other players, including Dontari Poe, defensive tackle, because he was overweight. Listen, man, when you're losing, you got to make some changes. So Jerry Jones, he ain't playing. He's saying, hey, we got to get some players in here that's going to help us get back on the winning track. In the meantime, wide receiver Antonio Brown, who was recently signed by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, had his first workout. Reports say he's looking good. And, of course, he's currently on the practice squad, but we already know that ain't going to last long. I wouldn't be surprised if you see him playing this week. Some critics are saying that the Cleveland Browns may be better off without Odell Beckham Jr. as their wide receiver. Now, you already know he got injured. He's out for the rest of the season. He tore his ACL last week. Quarterback Baker Mayfield came to his defense and said, listen, that's preposterous, as my man Stephen A. Smith would say. Come on, man. How you going to sit up there and say that your team is better without Odell Beckham Jr.? Talent-wise, come on, he's one of the best wide receivers ever to play the game. It is what it is, man. So I'm going to defend him right there. It is. So tonight, we got Thursday Night Football, the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. Can the Atlanta Falcons win their second game of the year? They are 1-6. I'm going to say no. I agree with you, man. I think the Carolina Panthers going to beat Atlanta again. The Falcons going to find a way to lose again.
Yes, sir.
Whew, I'm about to pass out. I'm getting so mad because they can be they so much better than what they showing. It is what it is, man. So the rest of Rock T NFL picks of the week will be tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. The Brat got the hot spot right now.
The hot spot.
Drop it
right
like
now.
it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot. Catch me at the hot spot. It's the BRAT.
What you say, Brat?
Right now. Right now. Right now. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. On a recent episode of Facebook's Red Table Talk, Jada Pinkett Smith explained to her daughter Willow why she's harder on her than she is on her son Jaden. Well, Willow spoke to her mom and grandmother and recalled Jada waking her up and Jaden for school. However, her approach with the two of them was very different. Willow said, "I'd be at the door ready, and he's still getting his shoes on." There's a difference between how black moms will treat their daughters and their sons. Jada then replied, "She might have a point, because I would be like, no, you've got to be on it, because I know in this world we have to work harder. I know that she's going to have it as twice as hard. I needed you to be strong because I know what this world is like for us black women. So my fear for having a black daughter and what I felt like she needed to be in this world put me in a position to be a little harder on her, and that's probably how we are with each other." And then Willow said that her mother's toughness has impacted her life in a very positive way. And she said, "I do be getting work done on time." She said, "But we do have to work 10 times as hard." Agree, Eva, wouldn't you?
She would.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because me and my wife, Chris,
Gary said she would.
We had this conversation all the time. And that's right. Because she's harder on our girls and I'm harder on our son.
Exactly.
Right.
Same here.
Right. Well, y'all, moving on, Kanye West took a trip to Haiti last month, and from the looks of things, it was a combination of both business and pleasure. He stated that the president of Haiti, Jovenel Moise, don't know if I'm saying that right, but he said he gave him an island. And he wrote, "Just to be clear, we are engaged with Haiti's government to make a transformational investment to bring jobs, development, help support local farmers and fishermen, and build a new city of the future in a very beautiful country." So I guess he's following in the steps of Akon with building the city. So I guess that's great if it's going to create jobs and help the people of Haiti. That's amazing. That's what he should do. And please resign from the presidency while you're at it. All right, y'all. Last but not least, it looked like another celebrity done fell victim to the coronavirus. Gary, one of your favorites, Khloe Kardashian, has apparently caught the virus. Well, she caught it earlier this year. And an exclusive clip of Keeping Up with the Kardashians began with Kris Kardashian expressing her concern, with Kim adding that they were anxiously awaiting the results. Then in the second recorded footage, Khloe confirms that she did test positive for the virus. She said, "Just found out that I do have corona," adding that she had been in her room recovering after a couple of really bad days. She detailed her symptoms as well, which included vomiting, shaking, hot and cold flashes, and terrible headaches. She ended the clip with some positive words saying, "We're all going to get through this." Oh, that's nice, right?
That is
and that was earlier this year?
Oh, Gary, yeah, that was earlier this year. So I guess they were filming or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And she
was
went to the
Tristan
birthday
with her,
party.
Gary?
Huh?
Was Tristan with her, you saying?
That's what I want. I'm sure he probably was.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Last but not least, I got one more thing. Jennifer Lopez said after being typecast in roles like The Maid, she said she remembers having to earn her leading role in The Wedding Planner, and she discussed with Variety, and she said, "I had to break out of the typecast roles and convince somebody to put me in my first romantic comedy." And I'm glad she did, because that just made her career go up, and she's been in all kind of stuff now and doing all kind of things and producing her own shows. All right, y'all.
So was she typecast in Living Single? I mean, not Living Color.
She
Living
wasn't
Color.
Living Single.
She was just a dancer on there.
She was a dancer. What do you?
Yeah, that's what she got started at.
Coming up next, y'all.
Rich Armstrong strikes again.
What that had to do with anything, Gary?
Lord.
He said, give them some props, honey. She moved away from being a dancer to being a maid. She should have been happy. Hell, it's a lot of people that was on the show even got a job. No, just my opinion.
Somebody
That
just
is
got
so far
mad
to
for
left
no
field.
reason.
That's coming out the stands.
Go ahead, Brad.
No, it's really coming out of my, you know where.
We gonna wrap up the hospital, y'all. We got what's coming up next, and we got the praise mix down with the White Stone. The time now was 27 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley and Crazy Gary Show.